Oh my gosh, I don't want to do this video. I think I'm just going to play with my son's toys instead. I'm just kidding. Do you feel like you are given so many tasks that you feel overwhelmed or just you just don't care about it? Because if you said yes to any of those, guess what? I've been there and done that. My name is Charlotte and I'm from Colorful Teaching for You. Hey, let's talk about procrastination because let's face it, we all do it. Procrastination, simply put, is just not having the time or not putting in the time to do the tasks that need to be done by a specific deadline. So, like I said earlier, if you procrastinate, guess what? We all do it. It's totally fine. By the way, if you hear that noise, that's my fridge going. I'm so sorry. But you know how what happens sometimes. It's life. Anyways, um, moving on to this topic, procrastination. We're going to tackle this for you, and we're also going to be tackling this for your children. And we're going to really get into some nitty-gritty steps. I've created a free course for a limited time only, and it's called Teach Your Children How to Overcome Procrastination by Understanding It. A long title, but I really wanted to focus on understanding the concept because I'm a social and emotional teacher, and I think it's super important to integrate that into our learning. So let's get to this. Before we even get into the meat of the matter, which we will be covering over the next few weeks, we need to, if you've ever heard the saying bust a move, we're gonna bust some myths. So there are 5 myths that I want to bust. The first one that a lot of us use as an excuse is laziness. Now, if you think that laziness is an actual reason for procrastination, you've got another thing coming, my friend. Because yes, there's like the smallest, teensy weенsiest part of the population that can say, oh, I might be lazy, but if I were to give you a super fun task right now, do you think you'd be using the word lazy, or would you be jumping up with joy to get it done? Right? So laziness is not a reason why people procrastinate. That's a myth. We've just busted it. The second one is perfectionist. Oh my gosh, I love this one. And the reason I love this one so much is because if you are a perfectionist, my friend, you will have started the assignment so far in advance that you have all of this time to perfect it. Hence perfectionist. You actually work on it. But if you're gonna say, I'm a perfectionist, so I'm gonna keep this till later so that I can really think about it and then get into it, and then you really get into it at the very last minute, that's not perfectionist, my friend, because you're not handing in your best assignment, right? Second myth busted. Number 3, bad time management skills. Now, if I were to say that if you were to complete all of these tasks and at the end of this you are going to have this great reward, let me tell you that you will have everything slotted in a timely manner so that you can get that reward. You would be super excited if that reward was something that you wanted. So time management is not something that we are terrible at or that we suck at. It's something that we don't always put into practice because we don't care, right? So, third myth, busted. Number 4, lack of self-discipline. This one is just interesting because you can't use that as an excuse, right? Because if you were to do a task that you really enjoyed, you would have ample amount of discipline. Let's say I told one of my students, guess what, we're gonna play video games all day long if you complete this task. Suddenly the discipline to complete this task, even if it's the most boring task in the world, it just skyrockets because all they want to do is play that video game that they really enjoy. Maybe it's Minecraft, I don't know. But do you see what I mean? Lack of discipline is not the best excuse as well. Busted. Number 5, work well under pressure. Now, this can work for people. In fact, I actually like using this excuse as well, because there is this adrenaline rush with the thrill of, getting your work done at the last minute. And that can be super exciting, but at the very last minute, the anxiety takes over because you might start running out of time. And then you're just pulling all-nighters and not handing that best assignment. So, yeah, sometimes people use that as an excuse, but it's often because they're putting it off for another reason. So that fifth myth we've also busted. So now that you know that these reasons are no longer viable, I want you to take some time to look at the link below and click it. Take some action and make some use of this free video and really help your children work on assignments. So you're actually going to go from getting them to understand why they're procrastinating, and then we're going to actually take some actionable steps, because I love actionable steps, to completing the assignments. You go not just completing it, but completing it with excitement, right? I mean, how awesome is that? It's so hard to get them to be excited about the most mundane tasks, but drum roll please, we can do it. So let's get going. And if this is not for you, don't worry about it. Join me for the next couple of weeks and we are going to keep on a roll with procrastination, and we are going to come out with the other P word, which is productivity. So thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to this channel, and I'd love to hear what you are doing with your days in the comments below. Also, if planning is your jam, you know that I have a high achievers guide. Link is below, and plan away, my friend. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining me. I would love to hear from you, and remember, in the meantime, create, experience, and teach from the heart. Take care. Bye.